Alright guys, so obviously there's so many earbuds right now that it's nice when a company just tries something different. And the company Duolink, which is actually known for trying something different, they had the earbuds that were built into the little Bluetooth speaker. I know that Unbox Therapy and Your Average Consumer covered these a little while back. So it's nice that we're getting a first look at their brand new Duolink SwitchBuds, which is also offering a new innovative feature I haven't seen in other earbuds, and I hope that earbuds kind of follow in the footsteps of these. But they do retail for $59. Right now on their website, they have a pre-order price where you can actually get them for $39. But we need to check out that innovative feature, some of the other features that they have, and see what's inside the box and if it's actually worth the $59 price tag. So to start with, as far as colors go, it's available two different ways. I have the black and gold model here, but it's also available in a navy blue and silver. It definitely has a unique look to them, which we'll talk about. But as far as basic features, they do have Bluetooth 5.0. They also have AAC and SBC playback, and it also has a solid connection. I didn't have any dropout or connection issues, and I also noticed I didn't have any lag with movies or videos. Now, there is a slight lag with gaming, but if you're looking for a pair to use for listening to music and watching movies and YouTube and stuff like that, this is a pair that you can use and you don't have to really worry about lag. Now, as far as the IP rating on these, they do come in rated at IPX4, so it makes you feel good about using these, and if they get splashed on or if you sweat heavily or it rains, you don't have to worry about them, but you do need to make sure you don't submerge them into water. Now, as far as what they're including inside the box, it does come with two sets of the proprietary ear tips. They're made this way because it slides over the earbud itself, and it doesn't cover the sensor that these earbuds have, which means that they do auto pause when you take them out of your ear, and they will resume when you put them back in. So I do like that they have that smart sensor. And then as far as anything else in the box, it does come with a USB-C cable. That is the only way that you can charge these. But on the back of the case, you can see the input for the USB-C, and then right underneath it is a little indicator light. That way you can kind of gauge how much battery life is left on the case. And speaking of the battery life, this is an area where I think they did a pretty decent job. On the earbuds themselves, you're getting around 7 hours, where with the case, you're gonna get around 25 hours total. And another bonus is they do have a fast charge feature. So if you do pick them up and they are dead, a 15-minute charge will get you 2 hours of use. Now, as far as the earbuds and how they work with the case themselves, the earbuds actually are spring-loaded onto each side of the case. So there's no lid, there's nothing to cover these. You just push them in, you'll feel them snap and lock in, and then they're not gonna fall out. You could shake this case or whatever and it stays pretty secure. Now, I did shake it very hard to get one of them to fall out, but for most normal day-to-day uses, you don't have to worry about that. But I do need to point out that when I put the earbuds in a couple of times, when I pushed it in, you would hear it kind of cycle through saying power on, power off. So it's almost as though that affected the earbud in some way. So do know that, like, if you push it in and you think it's charging and you walk away from it, the next time you go to use them, it could actually be dead because it's just cycling through that the whole time. Now, moving over to the earbuds themselves, which is where the unique feature comes in, you do have the ability to tap for play and pause. But where these are unique is the whole outside of these is actually a turn dial for you to be able to control the tracks on your right earbud and to be able to control your volume on the left earbud. It makes it where it feels so much more accurate. If you've ever noticed with other earbuds, when you try to turn up the volume, sometimes it goes way too high or it turns it down way too much and you never can seem to find like the sweet spot. But being able to control the dial, which is a lot like Microsoft's Surface headphones, it just makes you feel a lot more accurate. And another thing about the design of these is they resemble Microsoft's Surface earbuds, which I was not a huge fan of the design because I felt that they looked very large. It felt like you had this huge plate on the side of your head. These look very similar. Again, I understand the purpose because you have the dial and you have that touch surface, but for some reason, the touch surface is also not very accurate. Sometimes when you go to play and pause, you find yourself like tapping multiple times to get it to actually pause. So sometimes it was just easier to take the earbuds out since they have that smart sensor and allow them to pause that way. So it was very frustrating the fact that the play and pause didn't work well, especially considering the track control wheel and the volume control wheel just works so much better. Now, as far as you guys that like to use your earbuds for phone calls, these do have 4 mics total, and it is doing a pretty decent job of blocking out your surroundings, but these are also made to block out wind noise. So if you're somebody that rides a bike or if you're out jogging and it's a windy day, it's kind of nice to know that you can still carry on a conversation and not have wind just destroy your phone call. And I think the quality of the mics are pretty decent overall, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. All right, guys, so here is a mic test of the SwitchBuds. I think overall it sounds decent. I do notice it sounds a little muddy, but overall this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is a mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound, because I think the sound is what ultimately keeps me from recommending these to anybody. And the reason I say that is it goes back to the fit and the design. Because this has a proprietary ear tip and the way that it's designed, it keeps it from being pushed far enough into your ear canal. Because I noticed if I pushed them in and I held them, I could get really nice bass response. I could get a pretty decent sound overall. But once you put them in and you just kind of let go, those wingtips are not really helping to push them in or keep them in. And you just feel like there's a lot of distance between you and listening to the music. It just sounds like it's from a speaker that's pretty far off. And even in some genres, it feels like there's a wall between you and that speaker. So overall, listening to different genres, it felt like rock got pretty muddy. It felt like hip hop just lacked that punch and low end. Even with easy listening, classical, country, and stuff like that, the mids and the treble are so veiled that it just sounded really dull. It just overall felt like there was not a whole lot of life to the sound. It just took away from the experience overall. I guess if anything, the plus is it did sound open, but because it lacks all the detail, it's hard to tell where things are coming from. So really the only thing that I could see myself using these for are podcasts or maybe watching like TV shows. But I wouldn't feel right using these for movies because I would feel like I'm missing out on something. And then I just didn't enjoy using these for music overall. So my overall opinion is, even though you can pick these up for $39, the problems that they have with being able to put the earbuds in and know that they're charging, and the inconsistency with the tap controls mixed with the fact that they don't sound good, it's just kind of hard to recommend at $39. I mean, I absolutely love the wheel for the controls of the volume and the track control. I think that's very innovative, and I hope a lot of companies follow this. I mean, hopefully even Duolink can just improve upon this design to get it to actually, stay secure in your ear and get everything to work just right. And then I could easily recommend them. But as it is right now, I'm very hesitant to recommend them because there's too many issues, and sound being one of those, which to me is the most important thing. But guys, that's my video on the brand new Duolink SwitchBuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.